lovely, wonderful, beautiful, handsome people. A pleasant afternoon to everybody. All right. So I know that a lot of it because it's still ripe in our minds as it relates to the girl who was lit on fire by the gas pump attendant, and we've heard plethora of interpretations of what took place. But if we were to use the laws of induction and deduction, reasoning, critical thinking, and whatnot, you know, we'd realize that there was some level of provocation on the part of the burnt victim. That she would have gone to the pump attendant's place of employment and stirred some trouble, apparently. And then other family members got involved, and the thing went awry, where she was sprayed with gas and then she was lit on fire. I don't know if it was by the same gas pump attendant or maybe one of her colleagues. I don't know. But the surrounding theme is provocation. And the overarching theme is provocation, making mischief. On the basis of, starting to, the story starts to unravel, and you get more and more information as you probe, as you investigate, as you research, and you try to get the information at hand. And what comes to my mind, the scripture that talks about parents, do not provoke your children to wrath. Do not provoke your children to wrath. That is what comes to my mind. You know what I mean? Because there is something about being provoked. Remember, we're all born in sin and shaped in iniquity. So in other words, they say the evil side to us, in which we are born in, everybody has it. I could have Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi. It doesn't matter who you want to bring. It is only about the grace of God that allows us, some of us, to not show that side to us. Really, we have to ask God to control it, to make it die daily. Because may I tell you, when it did it get up back, when it did it get up back, when it did it get up back. And may I tell you, it's easy for resurrecting, especially when there is provocation. And provocation comes in very subtle forms or very direct forms. Sometimes they can be very subliminal, and sometimes they can be very direct, very overt. Not oftentimes covert or inconspicuous. And I can tell you, from personal experience, that provocation is not good. I encourage people to desist from provoking people, because when you provoke them, you're going to experience their wrath. You're going to experience their wrath. Notwithstanding, we have a right. It is incumbent upon us. It behooves us to emit self-control. We have to promote and promulgate a message of self-control. But we're mere mortals. One of the things that people fail to understand is that you can give so much self-control and no more. It is like physical pain. If your body threshold is made up of different tissue, muscles, whatever it may be, and on the basis of how we're physically made, we cannot, because of the fact that we're mortal, we are frail, we are fallible, because we are going closer and closer to the grave every single day. Our physical body can only take so much physical pain and no more. If it goes beyond that, you're going to pass out or you're going to die. Either way. So either you pass out or you die, because it can't go above what it is made. Similarly, somebody can emit so much and no more self-control. So you may have a better self-control than somebody. So let us say you're at 10. Another person may be at 5, but maybe at 6, but 10 may be the highest. You can't go 11, you can't go 12, because your body is not, it doesn't facilitate that. So if you're provoked beyond the 10, you'll find yourself, no matter how sweet and wonderful and nice you are as a human being and kind-hearted, you find that you just somehow, the old man with a try-kill, resurrect and decide to take control. It becomes the dominant figure for the moment. And then when everything is finished, you said, I don't know how I got here. Because you were provoked to wrath. It says, parents, do not provoke your children to wrath, lest they become angry. Some versions say discouraged, but I think it's both angry and discouraged, because you're going to feel bad that you have to respond in a bad way to your parents, because you're taught to honor them and to respect them. Same thing. and you become discouraged, you know that they have caused this kind of scene to have happened. That doesn't only go for parent and child, it goes for regular people. Do not provoke people to wrath. Do not provoke people to wrath. One of the most deathly and gravely things that you can do is go to somebody's place of employment and create and stir trouble. That is one of the I've never seen something as foolhardy as that. I've never seen anything as foolhardy as that. Don't do it because you may not like the outcome. Now this is on the flip side. Now when I think of the woman, now she has lost her life, and for what? On the basis of provocation? On the basis of just being foolish? I don't need to know what the circumstances surround. But it doesn't matter what the circumstances are surround, unless it is something where the person is threatening her child, or let us say she was married and they're threatening, and you know, and the threats become really bad to the point where you're forced again. That would be another provocation, which I doubt it is something as tumultuous as that, or as wild as that. And now sadly her life is lost because I guess she succumbed to the burn injuries. She succumbed to the burn injuries. And I'm sure for the pump attendant, it's going to really bottle her mind, because she's going to now probably go through a phase where she's doing self-blame. Probably, I don't know. I can only make that assumption. To say, look at that. No, because of me, somebody's life has been taken out. That is what she may end up saying, and she's going to now require counseling, because it's not going to feel good to know that because somebody came and now provoked her, she did something, and now the person's life has been lost. You see it? All of this unnecessary drama. This is so sad. It is so very sad. All of it could have been avoided. You see, when you're a troublemaker, you're going to face consequences. If you're a listen to me, if you're a troublemaker, you are going to face consequences. It's something that I want people to understand. You will not escape consequences. You're going to face consequences if you're a troublemaker. And God doesn't approve of the ways, listen keenly to what I'm saying, God doesn't approve of the ways of troublemakers, mischief makers, because you will make other people's lives a living nightmare, a living hell. And it can eventually cost you your life, which has happened to the woman, the one who was burned. And it's going to, in some sense, we know that it's going to affect the pump attendant's life, because this may be, more than likely, may become a legal issue. And she probably can face time, you know, because it, you know, what may be argued, that she still could have emitted self-control. Because one article said that she was spoken to about talking like that to customers. So, Jesus, mighty God, why are people like this? And everybody is a big bad wolf. Nobody know, you're not bullbuck and dopey conqueror. Nobody not afraid of man, beast. Them not afraid of God. Nobody not afraid of, as if you make your own cells, as if you feel you're infallible and indestructible and immortal, which you're not. Well, certainly not now. And you have to do certain things to get to one day to take off mortality and put on immortality. You have to talk to God about that. Have a discussion with him, and he'll guide you accordingly. He will show you the policy and the plan and the procedures for that. What a sad state of affairs on both sides of the fences. A very sad situation. This is so unfortunate and very sad, but it is a lesson to be learned. Do not provoke to wrath. Do not provoke people. Do not provoke people. Don't do it. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those likes, or you can follow me on Instagram.